Here we have an outstanding 5¼ inch round-based fluted Clovis spear point in obsidian. This was found in southeast Oregon, near the border of western Nevada. And it is just an outstanding piece. That flute is deeply fluted, and it's 1 7/8 inches long. And the overall point, again, is 5¼ inches. It was ground, and as Dr. Michael Gramley has discovered, that all the Clovis points were ground if they were used as points. However, if they were made as knives, they would not have been ground unless they were used as points later on in the life of the knife. They might have had to be converted to a point because they might have needed to use a point. But this is a beautiful, beautiful story stone effigy. And here's the eye of the face there, the nose and the mouth below, looking off to the right. And the hair is etched above the eyebrow there. Above this eye is the hair of the eyebrow, and the nose and the mouth flake down below here. That's looking off now to the right. Face looking off to the right. Then we have another face with this little eye here and nose, and the mouth right down below, that chip down there. That's another face looking off to the left. So we have this face here looking off to the right. That's the young face. And then this is the old face here with this eye, nose, and mouth. Oh, it looks like open mouth down below, looking off to the left. Now, it's all been heavily etched. It's all been heavily etched. And again, when you see that etching, you know you have a Paleo point, blade, or preform, because they did not do etching in the Archaic period. After the Mammoth had become extinct, the Mammoth cult went away. And that cult goes all the way back to 1.2 million years ago to Homo habilis. Homo habilis didn't etch the hair, they pecked it. But Homo erectus, 500,000 years ago, did etch it. And then, of course, we have this side here, beautiful. We have mammoth images going off to the right here. Another mammoth image, kind of hard to see, but it's a mammoth with the eye there, looking off to the left now, and its hair etched above. But just an outstanding round-based Clovis point. And of course, we know of a lot of round-based Clovis points. On my YouTube channel and on my website, antiquitiesoftheamericas.com, you can see the video of the Calico Hills, Harvard Hill, Clovis round-based fluted spear points, such as this one, this one, this one, this one, and very importantly, this one, which is identical to one that Dr. Michael Gramley excavated at the Ritchie Clovis site in Wenatchee, Washington, the famous Ritchie Clovis cache. Then, of course, we have a many round-based and straight-based spear points from the Hogeye Clovis cache, a book written by Michael Waters and Thomas Jennings, and projectile points, preforms, and knives from Bastrop County, Texas. So here's a cache of round-based and straight-based, mainly, Clovis, preforms, points, and knives. Also, the Anzac site in Montana has a lot of round-based and straight-based points and knives. Now, this one is etched as well, heavily etched, so we know it's Paleo, but it's Clovis. This is a big flute. It takes up 1/3 of this blade. This blade is 7¼ inches long. And I'd venture to say that flute is close to 3 inches. So this is a big Clovis point. It's been thoroughly etched, beautifully etched right here. That's all etching lines. None of that is flaking scars. Those are all grooved in etching lines. For the hair of the mammoth along the back of the mammoth, with the mammoth now facing right, and we hold it this way, and we'll have the mammoth now facing left. And we have several faces on this, and we also have a beautifully patinated side here that's also heavily etched for the hair of the faces and the mammoth. But this is a heavily patinated side, so it's hard to see a lot of detail, but we do see a lot of etching and grooving. And then, of course, we have this beautiful Clovis point here that's a Knife River flint Clovis. And it's your auriculate-based fluted variety, and it's heavily etched for the hair as well. All that etching there is for the hair atop the head. We have an eye here, an eye over here, and the top of the flute is a mouth. So we've got a bit of a face looking at us there. If I can get it in the right light there. There we go. Eye, mouth, top of the flute. And then we have our really great, they use this broken tang to make the mammoth images as well. That tang broke, no doubt, in usage, but it was convenient for converting this to a face and mammoth effigy offering. Many Clovis points, Clovis knives, and Clovis preforms are what I discovered back in October of 2020, and I call them story stones, face and mammoth effigies. Here's the eye of the mammoth, and here's its little baby trunk off to the right with its hair tuft above the head. That's a great image, by the way. And then we turn it over here. Now we have the eye of the mammoth up here, and this is a more mature mammoth with its trunk sweeping down to the right and a big hair tuft above its head. Mammoths had big hair bumps on its head, which would probably have a lot of hair sticking up from it to give it an awesome look, a powerful look in the jungle, as it was the most powerful animal during the Pleistocene. And then we have a lot of hair there etched. All that good etching there, just beautiful etching of the hair of the faces here. We have an eye, nose, and a mouth, and this eye and nose and mouth of a face looking left and a face looking right. Just an outstanding specimen. And this is just right at 4 inches. And this is a knife river flint. Beautiful Clovis story stone effigy. So there we have a good selection of etched knives and points, fluted knives and points of Clovis origin. But all the Paleo stone that were left as effigy offerings, most of them were etched, all the way from Clovis all the way back to Homo erectus. So very common that we find the etching there, and you can pretty well authenticate a Paleo piece just by whether it has etching on it, ancient etching. You can see all that etching right there. Unbelievable. Wow. There's a lot of fine etching right there. Just very cool. Beautiful story stone effigies.